What's good, Mike?
We fishing.
We fishing.
Welcome back, everybody. You're not gonna believe this. We're bass fishing today. I know it's crazy. I haven't done this in quite a while. Fall is here. Leaves are starting to turn and stuff's starting to fall off the trees. Weeds are finally starting to die, which means I get to fish one of my favorite lakes, ponds. Is this a pond or a lake?
It's a pond.
You say it's a pond? I don't know. But we're here to catch big, fat, largemouth today. So we got crazy weed cover. I think there's really only 2 baits I'm gonna be able to fish today. And we'll show you what we're doing over here on the GoPro. I'm gonna try a spook. Ooh, almost fell in there. Let's see if we can get a little topwater spook action. Oh yeah, I like that a lot. Oh.
Why do I care?
Yeah, the Browns got straight murdered though.
That was ugly.
Fish. Oh, I think they like the spook today, boys. Not a giant, but they did like to walk the dog. Oh man, he buried himself in the weeds. Did he pop off or is he still on there? What do you guys think? I see him. I see a fish. Mike, help me out. Watch the hook. There's like 6 trebles on there. All right, guys, I'll take it. There we go. First little guy of the day. Little Ohio LMB. This guy's. What do you want to go over here? Ready? Watch how clear this water is, guys. Check it. Boom. All right.
I want to shower before though.
I'm sorry?
I had somebody break in my house not too long ago, and what you all saying out here makes me really nervous. Sitting in front of my place. I know it's not, this isn't my lake, but I really feel uncomfortable you sitting there.
Okay.
Anyway, if you wouldn't mind not just sitting in front of my place, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Well, we're working. All right, that was interesting. All right, well, that lady just kind of comes out like frantically and she's just like, somebody broke into my house. Can you not fish in front of my house? I'm like, what? You know, like, what are we gonna come break into her house from the lake?
This thing hits 5 miles an hour. Fly out of the water.
I was just so confused, like, I couldn't hear her at first over the wishy-washy, that thing. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, no worries. Like, all you had to do is just say, hey, do you mind if I cannot fish this without getting weeds, dude. What the heck? Listen up, y'all, because this is it. All right, guys. So, I don't really talk that much in my videos, I guess, other than, you know, what's going on in the meantime. So I figure while I'm not catching anything, I might as well hammer you guys with a little bit of education, right? A lot of you guys are probably curious. A lot of you guys always comment and ask, like, hey, you know, what setups are you using or how to go about fishing this or that. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you know here right now. So far we got 1 fish in the boat, nothing crazy. Fall can be weird and it can be super rewarding. You have days where it gets really tough and things get weird and the fish don't bite, and then you have days where they go crazy. And the coolest thing about the fall is these fish are getting big. So I'm gonna throw some fall tips in here for you, and maybe you can take them home and put them to use. Off the bat, today I'm fishing a walking bait. This is a big spook. I think it's like a super spook. I don't remember what it's called, this one in particular, but it's just a walk the dog bait. So Mike, if you want to show them, this is essentially all this bait does. Just walks real nice like that. And I'm basically pounding the shoreline and I am just walking it like this. Occasionally I pause it and then I keep it going and I pause and I walk it again. I'll show you one more time. So essentially what you guys are doing to make this bait walk like this, you're just lightly twitching the tip of your rod and it'll give it a really nice movement. If you want, you can just twitch your reel and it'll be a little less erratic, but I like to just get it moving and then just pause it. So that's essentially all this does. There's a nice big rattle in there. It's nice and loud, and this is one of the key topwater baits that I like to use in the fall. I'm fishing this with a medium heavy setup, and I'm fishing this bait with 12-pound monofilament. The reason I'm using monofilament is because I'm fishing a topwater bait, mono floats. You can get away with using fluorocarbon if you want, or braid, I suppose. But, you know, essentially you're gonna be fishing this on top of the water, open cover. You're not getting this thing buried too much, and fluorocarbon sinks, braid sinks, so it's not gonna benefit you that well. I am using a 6-to-3 gear ratio reel. I would actually recommend using a higher gear ratio reel. This is just the rod that I chose to use today. So, the reason for that is because you are fishing a topwater bait. A lot of times when you pause, you're gonna have slack, and you're gonna wanna be able to pick up that slack and set that hook. So the hookup ratio on this topwater bait's pretty good. So yeah, I just wanna show you guys kind of what I'm doing. I know a lot of you guys ask all the time. So some other tips I can give you guys while I'm just up here catching nothing, honestly, because that's how it goes sometimes. Like, you don't always catch fish, and I like to be real with you. So to give you a couple of tips moving into fall, you know, these fish are going to move up shallow, and they're going to be chasing bait fish. Bait fish are the main migration right now. They're the main forage. If you fish in a lake where there's creek mouths or anything like that, those fish are going to move up towards those mouths, and they're going to follow wherever that shad migration is. So a lot of the times you can just get away with fishing bait fish imitations, swim baits, spinner baits, crank baits, square bills, jerk baits. All those are going to be a killer when it comes to fall fishing, and big fun topwater baits too. You're going to get into a lot of aggressive fish this time of year because the fish are trying to do one thing and one thing only. That's stock up and get fat for the winter. So the bite can be really good. You just got to find that window when it's going to be there, because unfortunately you also deal with turnover this time of year, and you know, that can just trigger a weird bite, which I don't know, today was just weird. This pond's very hard to fish. If you don't have a frog or a spook, it's pretty hard to get into these mats. I mean, they are so thick. Like, I'll try and show you guys. Actually, I'll just reach in. I'll take one for the team, because a lot of you guys are probably like, oh, why don't you flip and pitch or something like that? I mean, I can't. I literally can't. Like, if you reach down in here, like, if you guys can see this, like, this is what it is for miles, like all the way down and all the way to the top. That's just what it is. So there's a couple areas in this place where I can fish and not get weeds, but it's very hard. I like to fish this place in the spring and late in the fall. Hopefully these will be dead here soon. I can get into jerkbait fishing and things like that, but I don't know. I just wanted to pound you guys with a little bit of information, because I know a lot of you guys are always looking for the knowledge. I know you guys are looking to learn, and I'm sorry that I lack doing that so often. So the sun is going down right here behind me. It's golden hour, as they would say, and I'm gonna take a couple more casts, but that might be it for the day, guys. I know it wasn't a crazy exciting video, but I hope you learned something. I hope this encourages you to get out there and try something different, and I hope you guys get in some fish, because fall can be one of the most rewarding times out of the entire year. You can get into your PBs, and you're gonna see probably some of the biggest bass that you'll see this time of year, just because they're feeding like crazy. So there's my little spit of knowledge. If you guys want me to do segments like this more often, leave a comment down below, and let's keep fishing. I'm gonna try and catch a couple more. I don't see it being too likely. It's been one of those days, and from here, I don't know, we'll catch you guys on the outro.